Oh, there we go.
After 12 sticks.
So I have to introduce this?
Yep.
Why do I have to introduce?
Because.
Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Tom. This is George, and this is Evike.com. We're here to talk to you stuff.
And this is Tom from Airsoft Obsessed.
Yes.com. In fact.
Welcome back to another episode of the Not So Round Table. You know the drill. We take questions as posed by you guys from previous videos in the comments section, and we put them in our helm of reasoning, and pull them out and answer them to the best of our ability. So our special guest, did you want to start us off?
Just reach right in?
Just reach right in.
Oh my gosh. A lot of pressure. What if I ask the wrong question?
There are no wrong questions. Just awkward
There's
ones.
a bunch
some
of
wrong
there's a bunch of
questions.
awkward questions.
All right. This person, do we say the name?
Yeah.
Race Kurth.
Yeah, that's good enough.
I'm going to go with Race Kurth on that. What type of rail covers do you prefer to use? Race, it'd be great if you could address your question to one of the three of us next time. Because how do we know who answers
We
this?
all
Three
of us
answer it.
All three of us get to answer?
Unless it's directed towards somebody else.
All right.
So what's your favorite rail cover? I think this
Rail
is
covers
yeah.
to use. I have been known to use the Troy Industries rail covers.
nice.
Or the classic Knights Armament Company.
Nice.
What about you, Matt?
I don't use rail covers.
There you go.
There are so many options, and I use none of them. I used to have those ones with like the rubber ladder shape.
Those are like the Magpul
Like the
ones.
Magpul high speed.
Yeah.
Is that what they?
pants.
Yeah,
And they fell off. Like I put them on, and then I was in game, and something I went through a bush or something, and then they fell off. So
Well, you probably didn't put them on.
Sounds
correctly.
like operator error.
Yeah, operator error.
well, no rail covers for me. How about you, George?
I like the Rue ones.
The what?
The Rue ones.
La Rue?
La Rue.
So you guys both use real steel rail
No,
covers.
they're cheap still, you know.
I think mine are
relatively.
fake.
They could be fake.
Not even
too,
get
I
a
don't
front.
know. All right, we got a big question.
Wow.
Daniel Schultz. On a scale of 1 to 10, rate how operator are you? Where did you rate yourself and why do you do so?
Oh my gosh.
1 is Hello Kitty and 10 is Chris Kyle. How operator are you, Tom?
That's a good one. I assume this means on the airsoft field, not online. So I'm gonna go with maybe maybe a 5. I'm gonna go neutral.
Neutral.
5 being like I know how to point the gun in a safe direction and pull the trigger on occasion. And
Okay.
sometimes people call their hits when I shoot them.
So using that benchmark as being a 5, where would you fall, George?
I'll be a 6. Just
Because you're a one-upper, aren't
I'm
you?
just a one-upper
God,
right
George,
now.
I got that vibe from you, the one-upper.
The one-upper.
Wow, I feel really cocky. I'm gonna say like a 7, 7.5.
So you're the one-upper of me.
Yeah, well, no, because here's the thing. I feel like
It's
an
Evike Matt. I'm gonna
operator is
allow
somebody
it.
who pushes real hard. Has their gear squared away. Knows how to engage and work in a team. And since I'm familiar with doing all those things, I'm gonna say a 7.
No, I'm gonna go with an 8 just because he's.
We can revise our
No,
numbers.
I'm calling him an 8.
I'm not
I'm
an
not
8.
calling myself an 8.
I would
I'm
say
calling him
Jet
an 8.
is a solid 8, 8.5, and I'm
You're calling him out. You're calling him out.
Because
now.
because if we're going by what happened at Irene, I was performing like a 3.
Yeah, first day.
First day I was like a
performing
3, and then I stepped
then,
up
then
to
you
Jet's
stepped it
level.
up.
All right, whatever.
Next question.
Throw that one back in here.
Okay, this one is posed by Future with a 3. Do you like chicken? And when you play airsoft, do you try to be more serious or pretty crazy like Desert Fox and Matt were with the potatoes at the Legends game? Does it depend on milsim or not?
Are you serious?
That's a great multifaceted question.
Yes.
Like it. I'm gonna go with I'm not very serious.
How do you? No. How do you feel about chicken?
First chicken.
I love chicken.
Don't skip over the,
Yeah, I
the
don't know.
chicken
I had
question.
Chipotle chicken salad.
Oh,
today
that's
for lunch. It was
great.
awesome.
That's
It's
a great
chicken.
I'm more of a steak guy, chicken. Like if it was like a chicken piccata and it was like a lemon, there's like some lemon and capers with it. Mm-hmm. Cool with chicken. Otherwise, I'm a steak guy.
I like that you said capers. I also like that I'm sitting in the middle because I kind of like to do chicken and steak on my Chipotle burritos. I'm glad we're even talking about this right now.
That's good.
And then the other part of the question was,
I don't even remember.
Are you fairly serious
I
when
don't
you play
remember.
airsoft, or do you like to kind of goof around, referencing the video that Jet and I were horsing
Oh yeah,
around
no,
at
totally
the
goof
Legends
around.
game.
Totally goof around. I can be serious when I need to be, but totally goof around most of the time.
I used to be serious. I used to take it really, really serious, and then I lost my cool in time on the field. It was really embarrassing, and I decided that this was a lot of work and a lot of effort not to have any fun. So I just I like to go out there and I like to win, but I think there's a few GoPro videos out there of me sort of winning and horsing around simultaneously. So
There you go.
I think that's
try
the best
not
way
to
to
take
do
it
it.
too
I think you
seriously.
can't take it too
because-
seriously, or else I think you will get angry.
You know, I kind of had the same when I joined the Airsoft team that I was on for a long time.
Which was what? What was the team?
TAC Force.
TAC
Oh,
Force.
you made him
They
say
don't-
It's
it
a great
on
name.
YouTube.
It's a great name. TAC Force.
We
Okay.
don't, we're all
Write that
kind of
down.
retired, so.
Retired. TAC
But it was
Force
always
member.
drilled into me from day one of like when we used to train together, like win, 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 and winning's the only option. And so if that means that I needed to play serious, like these are guys that would follow behind you with their hand on your drag handle. If you didn't move in 30 seconds, they'd either shoot you in the back or throw you in front of everybody.
It's pretty serious.
Yeah, and so from that, but we were also indoor players, and everything was very fast paced back when I started, doing the team thing, and so that was very serious. I learned after kind of playing on my own away from the team, and then working with Evike a lot, that airsoft is a lot more fun than you have to make it. I mean, you can have so much more fun just kind of goofing off within reason, I guess you could say. Like have a great time. You don't have to go too serious.
Yeah, I agree.
That was a terrible answer. You want to grab another one?
It's okay.
My
no,
turn.
Oh.
It's my turn. It's been a while.
It's been a while. It's been a while. It's been like 5 minutes.
It's a while to some people. Corin Falco,
Interesting. name.
how is your experience playing in California when compared to when you travel / play up north?
Would that count as the East
Like
Coast?
North Pole?
I think that we could go either way with that.
Let's
Either
go
Northern
North is
California.
Anywhere else?
Anywhere other than Southern California?
Right.
Yeah. Well, you've been a lot more places than we have.
I don't think so,
Well,
but I've been to a few places.
you've been to a
yes.
few places.
I've been to New York.
You went
That's
to
it.
Irene. Isn't
Oh,
that where Irene
yeah.
was?
Okay, yeah.
Irene,
So,
which
okay,
is
so I've
just
been to
talking
two other
about-
places other than California. So, what do you think?
What do you think?
What was your experience?
Oh,
abroad?
I would say I don't know. They're different environments, different styles of play. I like going up to like the CQB City area,
Nice.
Sacramento, Stockton, I guess, and playing up there. I do try and appreciate everything we have down here in Southern California as far as all the fields. But it's nice to get out. Last year we went to Oklahoma for a Broken Home, and that was really fun. And that was a very different, much more milsim oriented. But I've also been to some of the John Liu events out here, which are pretty cool. And he's usually generally known for getting some cool fields to play at. So
I would say from my perspective, because we have so many fields kind of locally, I guess you could say Southern California, they're all within maybe an hour and a half drive.
Yeah.
Because we have so many, I feel like Southern California airsofters take the game less seriously in terms of milsim, and they can have maybe more fun in a relaxed sense because the fields aren't that far out of the way that they don't this isn't their one chance to play every so often.
Yeah.
I feel like when we go to other states or when we travel farther out, there aren't as many fields, so people tend to take their time at the field much more seriously, and they're more enthused about getting every minute in game as possible. Versus the guys here that they'll go play a game and then they'll kind of hang out, maybe they'll get a soda and they'll come back to it. So it's not as much of a serious let's get out and play immediately kind of atmosphere.
Yeah, because out here, I mean, you could definitely play for like 2-3 hours at one of the CQB places and then go have a beer afterwards, and that's be chill about it.
Yeah.
Versus maybe
assuming you're of legal age.
Assuming if
Be
you're of
drinking
legal age,
beer.
I'm sorry. And I don't know. I did have fun out east, but I don't think there was a huge difference in the players
style?
necessarily. Maybe they're a little bit better sports, maybe.
I don't know. We still haven't traveled to another country, and it looks like Britain and some of the other countries abroad are doing some crazy things with airsoft that I have yet to experience, and I need to do that.
There's some crazy things going on in the United Kingdom.
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
All right.
God save the Queen.
Do you want to?
Yeah, you take it.
All right.
Get a good one. Get a good
All
one.
right. All right. Let's see here. This one is from God's Emotion with a Z. Hello, Evike. Well, he's not here right now.
See what you did there.
I was wondering, what was your most intense moment on a milsim field?
Would this involve the
We just all go silent.
Would this involve the bunnies or the potatoes?
No, that was not that intense.
The potatoes.
I was freaking out because Jet was going.
That
I
was
don't know
really
what he was
funny.
doing.
He was just making a fun time out of it.
Well, we had that one. Remember when we did the airsoft camp, and then we were posted up on this tree, and then I was laying over the tree, and I'm taking fire, and I look down, and I'm like covered in a colony of like ants and spiders, and that was intense from like an emotional standpoint. But in terms of like intense firefight, there was a moment at Irene this year. I was going into a hallway, and I think it was with Jet.
I think it was probably with Jet. Was it the first day or second day?
It was the first day. It was
it
like
was
one of the
Jet
night
because,
games.
Okay, it was the night game, but it was the first day.
And it was in the hallway, and then we were clearing the
was it at night?
clearing the hallway.
That was you and me then.
Okay, and then the guy shot you with the rocket.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so we're in this hallway,
stupid.
and I'm clearing rooms
Indoors.
He's covering. George is covering the hallway, and then I just hear boom, and this guy fired a freaking rocket down the hallway. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I rush back out, switch to my left hand, try to come through the doorway, and then I get a shotgun shell, like a
M203,
grenade M203 in the face. That was intense.
That was crazy.
How about you guys?
First time playing at ITS when that first explosion goes off
I
right
forgot.
next to you, and I wasn't even wearing my ear pro yet because it was before the game even started. I was like,
I forgot. Yeah.
Why are they having?
they just did it for fun.
demolition?
No, they just did it for fun, like right in the beginning, and I didn't have my ear pro on yet or anything. It just went off, and it took me a little bit to figure out what happened. But
ITS is pretty legit because they're a training facility,
it's
so
so
they
cool,
actually
though.
let off like RPG, like
yeah,
faux RPGs that actually explode and stuff.
yeah, it was cool. What about you?
I've yet to play there, but it's on my list. Intense moments in my airsoft gaming. I would say most recently would be one I was at just here at SC Viper, and we were playing. I was with some of the guys, Chris Bass from Warfighter, and Jet was there, of course, and my buddy Dave, who runs Airsoft, was obsessed with me. He was there, and so there was a number of us, and we were kind of having a private little industry guy game, and then we joined on with the public players that were there, the walk-ons, and we decided to do sort of a everyone versus the 15 of us thing, and there had to be at least 50 players on their side.
That's fun.
Versus us, and that made things interesting. They combined for those of you that are familiar with that field, SC Viper, there's the Viper field, and right next to it there's another smaller field called the Supply Depot, and what they did is they opened up and they had us playing on both fields and combined the two, and so we started on one end, the other guys started on the other, and they just blew the whistle, and kind of all hell broke loose, and things got wild, feelings got hurt.
Really?
Whose feelings got?
But
Someone left a little tender.
I'm not going to throw anyone under the bus, but let's just say that he's large and he's Russian and he's my bestie. He kind of got a little heated because there was maybe some questionable integrity on the field.
So it was Jet.
It was definitely Jet. And
Large Russian, questionable behavior.
yes. But no, overall it was a good game, but it was definitely an uphill battle all the way because they might have even started in the middle of the field.
Oh, wonderful.
So they really
I hate
just
that. When they're already like, stuck in.
Yeah,
And did you start at Supply Depot or?
We started at Supply Depot in
even
the back
worse.
corner, and so there's this little bottleneck right in the middle of the field, and our objective was to get beyond that into the center of the field.
Of course.
Viper.
And then you're literally fighting uphill.
I'm pretty sure the refs had them start at that bottleneck, so we had to
that was,
fight our way through that. So that was pretty good times.
All right. I'm going deep. All right, we have the Rice Boy. Interesting.
That's
or Rice Boy. Have either of you tried sniping or have a sniping setup? No, I've never tried sniping. I think it's boring. There you go. I'm done.
That was it.
That was it. Quick and painless.
I have a sniper
Yes, I
platform.
know you
It's
do.
a VSR 10. Originally, I upgraded it with Spring And then a buddy of mine had an old King Arms gas cylinder. And because it wasn't working, because it needed a new valve, I decided I would borrow it and rebuild it. And while I was rebuilding it, I decided to modify a few things internally. I put in some different buffers and dampeners, changed the springs up a little bit, changed the material of some things, upgraded it. Now uses green gas or CO2 and it shoots very efficiently. I think I tried it in game at the Airsoft League timed trials, and we did extremely well. But the rules stipulated that there was a segment for snipers. And I think I was the only person who brought a sniper rifle. All the other teams are using like a DMR and just going full auto on the targets. And I was like,
cheating.
yeah, whatever. I mean, and then I ended up screwing up my rifle because I was trying to run and go through a gap in a chain link fence, and I had my rifle strung across my back. I caught both posts of the chain link fence and bent it. So I haven't used it in a while. How about you?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Much less interesting. I think sniping is boring, so I don't.
You guys
I'm not
suck.
partaken. I've done it. I played in it. I played with a genuine sniper rifle, bolt action, in game at a John Liu event of all events, and I had a hard time keeping up.
Was it at Route 66?
It was at Red Storm 2.
Oh, okay.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
At the prison
Wait,
facility or
Which
whatever.
is, I think, one of the
Whittier.
coolest fields they've ever
It
had.
was an amazing field. And I tried it, and I was just like, this is just not my thing. I feel like I'm kind of outgunned here.
Just
Everyone
you have to have
else is good.
patience that none of us have.
Yeah, it's a patience thing, and it's a lot less glamorous than I think a lot of the younger players realize.
Well, because they think of video games. And
Well, I think
Right,
it'd be cooler
right.
if people called the one hit that you're sending downrange.
Yeah, that's
right.
not
Like if
gonna-
you could put more rounds downrange at once, and people would call out.
Because even on honorable players, they don't. Most guys, especially at a Milsim event, you're wearing so much gear
Yeah.
that you have to be you can't feel it, but you have to be listening for it, and you don't know. Well, was that
a sniper kill or
a sniper kill, or did I just run into
ricochet,
this this abandoned building that's falling on top of me? Whatever.
So like the reward factor has a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
I don't
agree.
think the payouts.
Yeah.
It's
All right.
good.
Would you like to
you
answer
like
another
to-
one?
All right, I'm on it.
He's on it.
Ben LeCouilleur, I watched your Matt's Mind video about people's role on the field, and this question came to mind. What kind of role does a designated marksman have on the field?
It's like almost the last.
Well, I feel like being fairly obvious. The role is a designated marksman. No, I mean they're for all intents and purposes they're taking the role of the scout or sniper. So they're your forward operator. They're your eyes and ears before the rest of your squad gets there. For me, anyway, I would send the designated marksman out to survey a location. Provide overwatch once the rest of the squad needs to move in. And the great thing about a designated marksman rifle is you've got the range, and because it's airsoft, you probably have full auto, and so you can cover a little bit more effectively than you could with a bolt action. But you're still in that overwatch, keep your squad safe kind of role.
Okay.
So to me, you just sort of described almost like what a sniper does as far as the overwatch.
Right.
But then, like you said, with the designated marksman rifles, you have at least semi-auto capabilities, and my understanding is I think the key phrase is fast, accurate, rapid fire.
Far.
And generally the rifles that you'll see are like the SR25s,
Yeah.
M14s.
417.
417s,
Which
one of my favesies. You know this.
Yes.
M27.
M27.
One of my favesies.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what I'd have to say.
Yeah. Same thing. I was repeating. what
You don't
guys said.
disagree?
No, I don't disagree at all. So,
Do you want to
So
disagree?
know your
do I
role.
want to disagree? No, I
Okay.
don't.
Let's go. It's okay if you did.
All right.
You always.
Sorry.
So much spillage.
Okay. Raging Cheesecake, YT.
Cheesecake sounds bomb right now.
Yeah,
What do you think about carrying your phone/wallet on you during an airsoft game?
Don't do it.
Don't do it, because, like, for example, right now, my phone is blowing up. Who's texting me? I don't even know.
I thought he was going to show us like a cracked screen. And he's like, let me
I
show you
thought
my updates.
I thought so too. He was
getting
gonna pull
a picture of a quadcopter.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody, I don't even know who this
Okay,
number
one of
is.
ours.
I just got a new phone, so my numbers aren't.
Yeah.
Don't carry your phone because it's really distracting. Because while these gentlemen are saying things that I want to listen to, I'm thinking about what's going on in my pocket.
I just don't want to get it lost or shot out or broken.
Yeah, that too. I've had that where I did a little tactical slide like they did in Act of Valor. And come on, man, watch a movie. And I had my phone in my side pocket, and I just crushed it. I crushed it, just like my dreams.
I'm gonna give a little bit of a counter view.
Uh-oh.
While I do agree that maybe it's not the best thing to carry it like in your pants pocket, the reality of airsoft is that there is sometimes theft. And as much as I would love for everyone to be honorable and an upright citizen, sometimes things go missing. And
Why do you have to take a trip to Negative Town?
look,
Matt?
dude, I'm a
I have a
realist,
counter.
and if I'm on the
Gosh.
airsoft field and my wallet's not
Okay.
protected on my person, I'm not 100% sure
All
that
right.
it's not
Well,
gonna go
here's
missing.
what it is. You put it in the vehicle, and you have your keys in a pocket, and you lock your car.
Okay, fine. That's okay.
Boom.
Boom.
Threat neutralized. I'm gonna go in the
if
middle.
They're 16 or they're 16 or 17 and they got dropped off, then what? A friend's car,
Yeah.
or bring
That's
a
what I would
locker
do.
with
I don't.
you.
You have to remember, I don't always drive to the field. I drive with carpool with friends.
Here's a
I put my
solution.
phone in the
Here's
glove
a
box.
solution.
All right. He's got
What
a
I
solution.
do is, instead of carrying it in my pocket anymore, because I learned that lesson the hard way already, is I carry a little like 6x6 utility pouch that I just put random things in, put my keys, my phone in there.
All right.
And I usually put in like a little scarf or like a red rag or something so that it keeps the keys from making a bunch of noise when I'm jingling around.
And then you've got a red rag.
And then you've got a red rag. So you can do that. The other added benefit to having a phone on you, especially on, it only really works on, a milsim type event where it's long, several hours long and it's not constantly being fired at, is you have GPS.
Very true.
So that whole land nav thing, it's kind of cheating because, the cool guys like use compasses, or I don't know what they do, cool stuff. But in airsoft, who cares,
I don't think I've ever used GPS.
Well,
never
Matt,
used
you
it.
haven't
No.
lived.
I bet
I know how to
apparently.
navigate with just a piece of paper and a compass.
Well,
I
congratulations.
just take the map they
Not all
hand
of us
you,
went
and
to
I
Boy
get
Scouts.
a landmark,
wasn't
and then
that
I
good of
just
a
go
Boy
off the
Scout.
landmark in the map.
All
Well,
right.
for example, I'm on a 1,000-acre field in Oklahoma last year. I didn't know where I was at. Occasionally, you get separated from the group. It's handy to have your phone on you, and like I said, if you got it in a special pouch,
That's a good idea, actually.
off to
for
the
that.
side, whatever, out of the way, it's.
I
It
guess
would
That's
be
the way
kind
I
of cool.
go.
You can look up your friends on Latitude or whatever. You can tell your friends where you're
Exactly.
at. If we could use those as a squad.
There's been talk, and I see news updates. There's prototypes of software in the works, apps and whatever to allow you to do that. But I've yet to. I don't know if there's anything actually out yet.
Or at least
I don't
that
know, I haven't heard
accurate for
anything.
the civilian market.
Yeah.
See, I've never had to use it because most fields that we've been at we've already played at before. So even
True.
going to George, I know most of how to get around at
Yeah.
George Air Force Base or Whittier, all those fields. Irene, I knew the least amount, but once you understood,
Halfway through the game, we knew which buildings were what.
Yeah, exactly.
And another, in what you said about certain carriers, you might not getting service. Even I have Verizon, and they're generally pretty good. But I was out 1 year at Lion Claws at the George Air Force Base. That's out in the middle of nowhere, and I wasn't getting service. I was trying to link up with my my fire team, and I found that just good old fashioned comms and a compass was all I needed.
True.
Most days you can get a compass on your phone, so.
I think it's also worth investing the time to learn how to use a compass and a map.
Yeah.
I think
pretty
that's
easy.
lost on most people.
It's a
nowadays.
lost art.
Dude, I still use a Thomas guide.
That's old school.
Like
Like the
that's-
printed map.
Yeah, I've got it's this thick.
Yeah.
It's right under my passenger seat.
My
Whenever
dad
I'm
gave me
lost.
one.
Yes,
Old
that's what I'm
school.
saying.
I don't have one of those anymore.
The one
but
I
maybe
have
I
is
don't.
circa
Sorry, George.
1988
That's all right. I guess
too.
I'm
It
not
was in
cool.
like
Yeah,
my dad's
it's-
legend.
Old school.
All right, Matt. One more question.
Last question.
Last question.
Make it a good one.
Make it a good one. Well, this one's really short, so I feel
Lame.
bad.
It can't be good.
We're not going.
Skip it.
My first airsoft gun was a TM High Kappa. What was your first airsoft
Classic
gun?
Army G3 SAR.
G&G GR16, and it never worked.
There you go.
Next.
Actually, that was a lie. My first airsoft gun was a TM SR16, and it was disassembled by my teammate, and I never saw it again. Vaughn O'Gorman.
Great name.
What's your opinion on shooting real guns and airsoft guns using the same tactical gear?
Depends on the gear. Depends on
on
what
the
it's
gear.
set up for.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're not going to take your plate carrier set up for M4 or 308 mags to go shotgun shooting.
That's true.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Very true.
But yeah,
Definitely
some crossover.
I think it's a great thing that there are lots of crossovers, because somebody that does do active, that maybe is active duty or prior military, or somebody that does do real shooting, that they have all that stuff. They don't need to necessarily go out and buy, airsoft specific gear, and vice versa. I feel like a lot of airsoft stuff happens to work for real. Look at Condor. They went from making airsoft stuff to providing decent quality products for a reasonable price.
Yeah.
For real shooters and stuff.
I mean, there's some gears. Let's say if you're some gear that if you're running real plates, some
better not be on an airsoft field, and you better have a license for it.
You don't have to have a license for Savvy plates, Matt.
Really?
Come on, Matt.
Really?
What?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
So
with it.
if you have like a real plate in a cheaper, let's say a knockoff carrier, it may not hold up to what you want it to hold up to. So that's the disadvantage. Maybe that's the only. I mean, other than that, chest rig will work for if you're using an M4 chest rig to shoot at the range, and it'll probably work for when you go to the airsoft field.
Good to know. I need to get some sappy plates for the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in once again for the Not So Round Table. I hope we answered as many questions as you guys are keeping up with. Keep submitting new questions, and we'll put them into our Helm of Reason. It's getting kind of heavy, so
We might have to have like a day where we just have an hour long, just clear everything out.
we might have to do that.
I don't know if I.
There's
have
a
that.
lot of questions left in there.
Our cameraman just
So
gave
many
me a
Roger's
unanswered
just like,
questions.
no!
Roger's like, no.
All right, guys. So thanks again, and we'll see you next time.
Later, guys.
Deuces.
Sweet. Hey.